The meaning of Khasf, earth swallowing the upriser. The phenomenon of Khasf, the earth swallowing those who rise in rebellion against divine authority, is a powerful and recurring motif in Islamic and other religious traditions. It serves as a symbol of divine justice, human free will, and the process through which opposition to God's manifestations is eventually removed, whether literally or metaphorically. Prominent hadith on Khasf. One of the most well-known hadiths regarding Khasf relates to the story of Qarun, identified in the Bible as Korah, a wealthy and rebellious figure during the time of Moses. According to authentic narrations, when Qarun openly defied Moses and God's appointed leadership, the earth split open and swallowed him and his followers as a direct act of divine punishment. A hadith narrated from Abu Huraira and reported in Sahih Muslim states, "The earth swallowed Qarun and his people because of their rebellion against Moses." In addition, an important narration from the Imams highlights the nature of the forces involved in such divine retribution. Alayhim as-salam yaqulan, huwa jaysh al-bayda yu'akhiduna min tahti aqdamihim. It is the army of the desert. They are taken from beneath their feet. Bihar al-Anwar, 452, Piyal 186. This description emphasizes the mysterious and overwhelming nature of the divine power that causes the earth to swallow the rebellious, symbolizing absolute and inevitable justice, human free will, and the permissibility of opposition. Despite such dramatic examples, the exercise of human free will means that opposition and rebellion have been permitted throughout history in all divine dispensations. This allowance serves multiple divine purposes: testing the steadfastness of the faithful, differentiating true believers from superficial followers, facilitating the spiritual purification and strengthening of the community. None of the great manifestations, including Moses and Muhammad, imposed systems to forcibly suppress free will or prevent rebellion outright. Instead, opposition was allowed to unfold, to be addressed through divine wisdom and natural consequences. Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, as secretary of the Prophet Muhammad. Among the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan served as one of his secretaries tasked with writing down revelations. Historical reports indicate that at times Muawiyah delayed attending to his duties, reportedly telling the Prophet he was having lunch or otherwise busy, yet Muhammad did not punish him. This tolerance reflects the Prophet's acceptance of human imperfection within his inner circle. It also underscores the principle that even those who may err or cause difficulties are permitted by divine wisdom to play their part in the unfolding of history. Opposition and its role in cleansing divine communities. Throughout history, opposition has often come from within the family or close associates of manifestations. For example, in Baha'u'llah's dispensation, opposition came from Mirza Yahya Subiazal, a half-brother of Baha'u'llah, whose challenge represented internal dissent while awaiting the proclamation of through whom God will manifest. During the Baha'i dispensation, Muhammad Ali, half-brother of Abdul Baha, emerged as a significant opponent. During this time, Abdul Baha let his opposition surface and ultimately clarified the boundaries of true allegiance. In later years, Mason Remy, a prominent Baha'i figure, claimed the guardianship after Shoghi Effendi's passing. His claim was contrary to the explicit requirement in Abdul Baha's will and testament that the guardian must be a male descendant of Baha'u'llah. This challenge led to division, but was eventually resolved, further purifying and strengthening the Baha'i community. The symbolism and purpose of Khasf. The motif of the earth swallowing the rebellious serves as both a literal and symbolic expression of divine justice and cleansing. It signals the inevitability of the downfall of those who persistently oppose God's manifestations. It represents the spiritual nullification and disappearance of false claimants and divisive figures. And it highlights the necessity of trials and opposition in the spiritual development and purification of the community. Conclusion: divine justice, free will, and the gradual triumph of truth. Divine justice often unfolds gradually through history, respecting human free will while ensuring that ultimate victory belongs to truth and righteousness. The concept of Khasf reminds believers that while opposition is permitted and even necessary, it will ultimately be overcome, and divine justice will prevail, sometimes dramatically, sometimes subtly, but always surely.